How is everybody doing this fine day, night, evening, or afternoon, or wherever you are located? I hope you're having a wonderful of whatever. I just wanted to say, uh, there wasn't any videos here recently because I took some time off to find myself, to relax and just try to go through a week of not having to stress over anything, seeing as I had enough stress in my life as is. I just didn't want to have that stress in any of my content and any of those emotions I was feeling in my content, so I took a week off. I am sorry that there wasn't any content being uploaded for that week, but if you guys followed my Grovok Entertainment Facebook page, you would have known that that was the reason I was taking the week off. If you guys are not following that or me on Twitter, go ahead and do that because I do keep you informed of what's going on. So I shouldn't have to make videos like this. But videos will be coming back out. I am working on a few new songs. I'm trying to make my content a little bit better for you guys. I am working on a duet, or a couple of duets. Thinking about branching out my content for other people to post on this channel. As in, I'll write them some lyrics and stuff, come up with instrumentals and everything, and they'll sing it. This isn't exactly an invitation for everyone who sees this. Hey, can I be in it? It has to be people local to me, because they'll have to come over here and use my studio and everything. Or, if they have their own studio for them to record their music. Hey, I'm getting too far into this. Anyway, I just figured I'd make this video to explain a few things and to just talk. I don't know why. We haven't made a Thomas Talks in a while, so here's Thomas Talks. Let's just talk about stuff. Whatever pops into my head. Let's see. We'll figure something out. Wow. That hair though. Well, after browsing the internet for a second, I found a few questions I will ask, then answer. Just because. Why not? I did, way back when, 100 questions no one ever asks. So, yeah. Here's a question. What random stranger had the biggest impact on your life? Seeing as I don't get out often, I don't really have a stranger that had a big impact on my life. I don't know, would you call a bus driver a stranger? I used to be actually kind of good friends with a bus driver of mine when I was in school, and he was so full of wisdom and everything, and he always said wise things that helped me get through my day. His name was Mike. Mike, if you ever watch this, which you probably won't, you are awesome. And thank you for all your advice through life. And for not giving up on me, because I was a-hole of a child. Okay, here's one. What achievement are you proud of, but most people would consider silly or weird? My YouTube videos. I never thought I would have as many subscribers as I do now. It's not much, and I'm not saying I'm not grateful, but I am grateful. But I never figured I would have any of a following on YouTube, and I was just surprised when people started to flock in and actually subscribe. Most people find that silly or weird just because YouTube itself is not technically a good job or anything. It's just stupid. But seeing as most of the things I do on YouTube are either silly or weird or just straight up musical, seeing as this channel does about everything, yeah, I'd say my achievement of getting as far as I did on YouTube so far, and I have you guys to thank for that. What silly or funny thing makes you afraid or creeps you out? To be honest, the only thing that creeps me out are dolls. Dolls just scare the living bejesus out of me. I'm not scared of anything in my life. Not a damn thing. Not even death. But for some reason, when it comes to dolls, they just creep me out. Mainly China dolls. China dolls, just... any doll that's realistic creeps me out. And I do not like it. Yeah. I keep telling people, if you make video games, if you make a specific horror game about dolls, and if you make it for me, I will play that shit. I will spam the fuck out of that video on every social media I own, and I will advertise your game. And if it's a great horror game about dolls that my potato of a computer can run, I will definitely play that game and upload it. Yeah. If any of you guys create games, or know anyone who creates games, there you go. Here's another one. How quickly do you jump to conclusions about people? I don't. I don't jump to conclusions at all because I hate it when people do that to me. If people jump to conclusions about me, it irritates me. So I took it upon my own life to not jump to conclusions ever. I like to have the full detail and the full story and facts before I say anything or act on anything. It's just stops a lot of conflict. Here's a silly one. How would the world change if superheroes and supervillains actually existed? It wouldn't. Here's a good one. Since I'm all about survival stuff, I love survival games and preparing for survival events and everything. What would be your strategy for surviving an apocalyptic epidemic? Well, it depends on what kind of apocalyptic epidemic it is. If it's a zombie apocalypse, I would grab my machete, and yes, I'm one of those guys who have a survival bag. It's got clothes and some survival food in it and everything. I would grab that, grab my medicine. Since I am diabetic, I have to have that to survive. And the first thing I would do would go find more medicine. In any apocalyptic survival anything, I would go find more insulin for myself and try to find the ingredients or the recipe to make insulin, the specific insulin I need, so I can then produce it myself so I don't have to worry about dying. And then after that, it's just do whatever it takes to survive and to protect those who can't protect themselves or I believe I should protect. Yep, not gonna ask that question. That's gonna start some fights in the comment section. Here's one. What is something you think you will regret in the future not starting now? And what is something you already regret not starting sooner? Well, let's see. YouTube. I wish I would have started YouTube sooner. I did have a YouTube channel way back in the day, but I can't, for the life of me, remember how to get onto it. Those videos are out there somewhere. If you find them, oh, God help me. It's just, they were some special ed videos, all to say. I was weird as hell, and they were my first videos for YouTube. And actually, I think I recorded some horror games with Zach on that channel, I think. I had a Minecraft video on there, and a couple weirder ones. If anyone ever finds them out there, yeah, send them to me. Something I already regret and will regret in the future. I'm not sure. I already answered the already regret. I already regret not starting YouTube sooner and starting Grovok Entertainment sooner. But to be honest, I was not in a position to do YouTube really back then. Like, I had a computer, microphone, and everything, webcam, and I was doing videos and I was making videos, but I was young and I don't think my content would have been that good. And honestly, I did not like my squeaky voice. So yeah, I guess my regrets would be YouTube, and regretting in the future, I'm not sure I'm going to regret anything in the future. It depends on how Grovok Entertainment actually does. If we can build up Grovok Entertainment fast enough, or fast enough to where in the future I can actually make it a legitimate business, have employees like I want, and make actual production value movies, music, and still do, of course, the video games. I'll make animations and everything. It's a whole big thing I've already got planned out and am working towards. But first, I want to get Grillbach Entertainment built up so it has a recognition. So when it actually starts to come out as a business, people will recognize it. Yeah. If you could put your brain in a robot and live indefinitely, would you? Maybe. That's a good question. If I could put my brain in a robot and basically live forever, depends on what kind of robot. Because if it's a robot that can, like, looks human and doesn't age, like once you reach like a certain age, you don't get any older. And if you could still have kids as this robot, it'd be like some high-tech robots, but if you could still have kids and then your kids actually grow up until they reach a certain age, then probably. If not, then no, because I don't see much of a life being a robot except for just being able to live forever and so much knowledge that you could obtain. Like, you could obtain a lot of knowledge if you lived forever. Who's the worst guest you've had in your house and what did they do? To be honest, I can't really remember. I've had a lot of annoying, obnoxious people that I just did not like come over to my house. I say if the worst, to be honest, the worst would probably have been one of my cousins who came over and stole our light bulbs. I still don't understand it, but he stole our light bulbs. I'm not going to name names just because I don't want to throw shit at him, but he stole our light bulbs. And my in-laws' light bulbs. So yeah, probably would be my cousin would be the worst guest I've had. Here's one that's just interesting. What always sounds like a good idea at the time, but rarely is. I should eat this pizza. I have celiac disease, or celiac disease, however you want to say it. It's a gluten intolerance. I can't eat it. It will literally tear away at my insides. And sometimes I'm just so fucking retarded that I will be like, I should get a pizza. I'll go order a large pizza and eat the whole large pizza to myself because I am fat. But it is never, ever a good idea because eventually I will go into severe pain and regret it. But at least I was able to enjoy a very, very nice pizza. Especially with the pizzas that are coming out nowadays. I just wish they made them gluten-free so I could eat them. And they actually taste good because there's a lot of gluten-free shit out there that just tastes like rubber. Here's an interesting one. What movie or book character are you most similar to? If I had to put it this way, it would be my own book character. As not many of you probably know, but I am still writing books, but I published a book, or in the midst of publishing a book, and the main character's name is Marcus, and in almost all my stories, I like to throw a piece of my own life in there. Most of my books, they're the way they are because I use the feelings that I've felt, pains I've felt and stuff to enhance the detail and to give like an actual real scenario of what this would be like. And to be honest, I think my character Marcus fits me the best because I stuck so much of my own personality and life into that character, because there's no other character anywhere in any book or movie that fits my personality and the way I am, and only my character I made, Marcus, fits me to the way I would be. And when that book gets published, I'll let you guys know, so you guys can read it, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Until then, we just have to wait. It's a long process, and it sucks. What fact are you really surprised that more people don't know about you? That I can play a guitar and sing. Not many people know that yet. I post it everywhere. YouTube and on my Facebook, my Twitter. I think my Instagram is about the only place I don't post it. But not many people know that I love to make music and I love to sing. Not many people know that about me. Yet they should. What are you completely over and done with? Hate. I just don't see a reason to hate anymore. Hate has always brought bad things into my life, and I realized if I just get rid of all that hate and just let it go, and if I learn to forgive but not forget, I can go on with my life and not be so miserable. So yeah, hate is something I'm over and done with. I no longer hate anybody. I'll still use the word just because I like it. Here's one. Where is the last place you would ever go? The last place I would ever go, to be honest, I want to go everywhere. I want to travel the world and see everything. Just to say I did it. To enjoy the views and to see what it's like in those areas. But if I had to choose one place I wouldn't go, and a volcano. I'm just joking. To be honest, I'd probably never go to the Bermuda Triangle. I just don't feel like getting lost at sea. Even if you guys don't believe that stuff, something wonky's going on there because nobody comes back. What's something that you've never been able to do very well? My handwriting sucks. It's just sloppy. Even though I have tried for years to make it neater, it just hasn't worked. So my handwriting is probably something I have not been able to do well, ever. I'm laughing because the next question is, what is the silliest reason someone you've known has completely lost it? Well, this actually isn't that long ago. I'm not going to name names, but it was one of my in-laws. Me and him were in a bathroom trying to fix one of the walls, and it was the wall that was kind of behind the bathtub. We were putting up the wall, and I was holding it in place while he used drywall screws to put it in the wall. Well, it didn't want to fit properly. And he was screwing it in, and then he had a board and he kept hitting on it to try to get it in without breaking the wall. After we screwed the entire wall in and he removed that board, he realized a tiny rip in the paper on the drywall that was just maybe that big, just all the way to the edge. And he completely went silent. Like, I was just standing there and I looked at him. He was just... And then out of fucking nowhere, he just lost it. He threw his hand through the wall, then his foot, and then he just walked right through that entire wall and tore it all down in one go. It was... To be honest, to me, it was hilarious. Minus, I got drywall in my eye at the time. That sucked, but it was hilarious watching him go complete Hulk mode on this wall just because of a small rip. And I thought it was just hilarious. I told him there were so many different ways we could have fixed it. Instead, no, we had to stay down there even longer and put up another new wall and try not to have it break. What do you wish people would stop asking you? To be honest, let's see, to be honest, it kind of annoys me when people ask me if I'm single. For one, I don't wear this ring on my finger for nothing. And I was hoping when me and my girlfriend started wearing these rings that people would just leave me the fuck alone and stop asking and I can go on with my life. No. What is the most unusual fear you have? Fear of dolls. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm scared shitless of realistic looking dolls. What's the biggest lesson life has taught you? Get fucked scrub. That's what. The biggest lesson life has taught me would probably be to not give up. Everything happens for a reason, and you always get what's coming to you, whether it be something good or bad. Live your life the way you want it to be. Don't treat others terribly if you don't want to be treated terribly. Basically, be a decent human being. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more questions. Here's one. Who is the most power-mad person you've met? My old boss. I worked at a sanitation place called PSSI, and we worked in a factory that made baked goods. And we basically cleaned stuff. Well, I had multiple bosses. One of my in-laws was one of my bosses, and I got the job thanks to him. And my other boss, who was above him, was a woman. I'm not going to say her name, but she was a bitch. And then you had the boss of the bosses, who was the site manager. He basically controlled everything. The most power-mad person was basically, they're called supervisors. You have the supervisors and then the site manager. Other than my supervisor, she was so power-mad that when she became site manager, she basically made everyone quit. One of her ex-boyfriends actually said that she tries to use that shit at home as well. That's why they broke up. Because she tried controlling their life at home as well. Okay, this will be the last question for this video, and then I'm gonna cut it. To be honest, this is just to give you guys something to watch. What's the most embarrassing thing you've said or done around someone you had a crush on? Well, let me think for a second. Or a minute, or maybe an hour. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Okay, we're going way back on this one. Because after it, I literally didn't do anything else embarrassing to embarrass myself because I was so shy and scared after this point. I was in, I think, 4th grade, and I had a crush on this girl, Samantha. And me and this other dude who had a crush on her were basically playing jump rope to see who could do it better. Well, needless to say, I won. I could jump rope faster and longer without fucking up. But that day, I was wearing a pair of loose basketball shorts. And it just so happened as she walked by, I jumped so high and hit the ground so hard that my shorts just went down to my ankles. I was so embarrassed, did not know what to say. I just walked away and went and sat down and just ignored everybody. That day I will never forget. It has haunted me. Not that it's affected my life any, but it haunts my memories, as in I need to wear my shorts a little bit tighter. Because you never know when you'll start jump roping and your pants will just fall down. Well, that's going to be the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you too much with these stupid questions and talking too much. I just wanted to give you guys something to watch other than everything else that I do on here. Seeing as making video game videos for this channel, it takes a lot of time because of my slow computer. The quality of it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, and I just realized I just, like, stuttered and forget about it. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, and it took 3 days to export that video because my computer's so slow. And I've also got other games I'm going to play. I just like to focus on one series at a time. In the description of this video, if you guys have made it this far, I will put some game names some games that I can play for you guys if you want me to take a break between the Resident Evil and play another game that I have for you guys if you guys would like to see that. I'll put a list down below in the comment or the description, and in the comment section just tell me which ones you would find more fascinating. And that is it for this video. I don't want to keep rambling on because I'm going to talk all damn day. It is 12 in the morning and I am still hyper. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in whatever I make next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that little bell icon. My beard and mustache itch. Hit the little bell icon so you guys know whenever I upload a new video. And don't forget to like my videos and share them. It helps. I'm not saying always like the videos. If you guys don't like it, don't like it. The like button simply lets me know that someone liked it and that I was doing something right. That's all the like button does. It's what it tells me. But if any of you out there, I know there is a few people, basically watch my videos and it gets boring for like 5 minutes and stops watching it, stop doing that shit. There's boring parts in my videos, I know. Like in my game video for the Resident Evil, yes, there's a lot of talking and a lot of me just wandering around cracking stupid jokes. Yes, that is the first video. There's not much that happened in that video. Most likely in the next one, I will probably extremely edit it. Cut out some of the boring long parts and make it a little bit better. I still gotta figure out how to make the audio better. So please, just because something gets boring for a little while, don't think the rest of it's going to be the same. It never has been in the past. You can go back to my old gaming videos. I mean way back to my old gaming videos. And start watching the first few of them. And they were just completely fucking weird. And kind of boring. But the further I got into it, the more open I was being, the more silly I was being, and the more I was getting into the game. For instance, my Rigmore of Bruma playthrough, what basically started this channel and got me my first subscribers. I started off just playing the game normally, acting like a fool, and then the further I got into the game, I started role-playing. I was using a voice changer and was role-playing the part of my character in that game. I basically became my character. Of course, it went through this odd stage where I was both me and my character. But that character actually is still being used in my other games, which I'm not uploading on this channel because I already started the series on another channel. So go check out that channel. I'll put an annotation up on the screen. You can click on it and go check it out. The rest of the series and where that guy's story keeps on going is on that channel. Yeah. Subscribe to that channel if you want. I won't be uploading any video games on there until I got a good subscriber base going, so I have people to watch my videos. But I'm gonna shut up because I keep talking. I just realized I just talked for like another 10 minutes after doing like an outro. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in whatever I make next. And don't forget to live, laugh, love, and game on.